fuck the job. She grabbed a fucking man. And he did, and what most bitches don't realize is men can have standards too. And she was just so in shock, she didn't even know what to do. Yeah, bitches, men can have standards too. Don't fucking touch me if I don't feel like being fucking touched right now. She's in love with him. And she loves the fact that she loves that he don't love her. Okay, so this video, I wanted to do this because I stumbled across this. I can't remember how I stumbled across it, but this title, Disney guest harasses Gaston. He immediately forces her to leave, right? And there's a video later on, but we're going to read through it. So this is the girl. Let me make sure you guys see it. Yeah, this is the girl right here, and that's the character. I guess they at Disneyland or some shit. And she walks up and just gropes the man and laughs the shit off after he tells her to leave. This is the state. See, it's something that's so quick, but at the same time shows you the reality of the perspective of where women are in the world mentally when it comes to sex and the freedoms they have in sex, but the restriction they hold on men for it, unless they deem them worthy or not. It's only maybe a 20-second clip at max of what actually happens. And like I said, it's real fast, but that shows you the reality of the perspective that both sides have on sex. Their respected perspectives on sex, right? And who can get away with what. So we're going to read this. Meeting Disney characters is one of the most memorable aspects of visiting a Disney park. However, it is very important to keep in mind that, despite these actors and actresses being in character, they are still human and deserve the utmost respect. Which I agree. Them motherfuckers be out there standing on their feet all day. Y'all remember they had a real quick, they had a when I was in school, they had, what's that shit called when they when you're in school and they'll let you, and they'll fly you out to come work somewhere, an internship, I think, at Disneyland. And yo, they had like 8 motherfuckers sleeping in a studio apartment to go stand on their feet all day in Disneyland. That shit ain't no joke. Them motherfuckers working hard to get that little work experience and, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. Anyway, let's continue. One video is now going viral, which shows a Disney guest harassing Gaston. Gaston is the dude. The video was originally posted to YouTube in 2015, which you can view here. But now, 6 years later, many Disney fans are resharing the video to social media platforms as a reminder to always respect Disney cast members and Disney characters after witnessing this one grab Gaston's chest in the video. See, two things that bothers me. One thing is clear, the topic of this video, the woman just, the woman groping, the guy. But see, notice how when guys get sexually assaulted by women, it's never referred to like him as a man. It's never referred to him. It's his position, title, blah, 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 blah. But if a woman gets it, then like it's woman. You see, we don't care what her profession is, none of that. It's a woman. You're evil because it's one. But when it happens to the man, you see, it's not really so much about him just as himself, as him being himself as a man, as a human who was sexually assaulted by evil woman. You see, it's we understand how you can kind of get it mistaken that they're not human. So no. That woman sexually assaulted that man. Start with that, then build up all that secondary shit. Like they would have done for a bitch. If a dude had went up there and grabbed Cinderella's tits, Sarah McKinnon, 23, was assaulted, blah, 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 and who cares if she was Cinderella? You do not touch a woman. See, no, it's not. See, it's not about him being a man who was hurt. It's about all that other. See, like men, we don't get that direct respect as men in the world just for being us. You see, women get that shit, and this is something that no feminist women do not want to. No woman wants to focus on that, on the small things that build up to the big things, because when guys like me explain it, it's that Oh shit, he figured us out. He figured out even a little manipulation that we do. Women hate guys like when I get to talking like this because they know I can dissect their bullshit and the world's bullshit. So this is just a screenshot. She's like, in this house, so we're gonna play it in a minute, but yeah, that's just how it starts out. And he just tells the bitch like, leave. And when you watch her reaction, that shows you where woman's mind, especially in the West, where woman's mind is in the sexual regulation of who can do what to who and who's a joke, or in the words of the great tramp Amber Heard, he's just being a baby about it and nobody will believe him. and she'll laugh it off. And you see just the calmness in her walking off and doing it. She ain't panicked or nothing. We'll watch the video. She's not panicked or anything. Anyway, grab your ball sack next. Like, bitches, see, this tells you, especially in the West, where bitches are and where bitches have placed themselves mentally of what they can and can't get away with in the world. For when it comes to sex, and men should be held completely restricted to what they can and can't do. But anyway, let's continue. The video starts by showing the Disney guests walk up to the Gaston meet and greet in Fantasyland, which was available prior to the ongoing pandemic, and immediately grabbed his chest. Within a split second, Gaston, the guy, is then seen and heard telling the guest that her time is done and she needs to leave. It is clear Gaston did not feel comfortable in this situation, and so he took action. Gaston was very stern in telling her she had to leave, which is a great reminder to all guests and cast members that have the right to refuse service or photos with guests if they do not feel comfortable. Fuck the job. She grabbed a fucking man. And he did, and what most bitches don't realize is men can have standards too. And she was just so in shock, she didn't even know what to do. Yeah, bitches, men can have standards too. Don't fucking touch me if I don't feel like being fucking touched right now. Like, but again, she laughs it off. We're gonna play it in a bit. Oh, this is the original video. Okay. Let me turn this down because they ain't gonna be. Well, no, he's gonna yell. So here we go. We're going to play it. Okay, so here she is.
Out. Leave. 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 Yeah, you're done. Okay. Just chill.
I would love to see, okay, like, and with all these modern feminists and dumb bitches, all right, imagine how this had played out if that had been Cinderella and that would have been some random dude that came up and did exactly all this same shit. Who did exactly, that man would not be, he couldn't even find employment because that shit would have got, they would have found that man's name out, put head page articles on Yahoo, MSN, all that shit, and would have, and motherfuckers, he'd be getting DMs, talking about you fucking creep, and all, they would have dug up, if that had been the other way around, and a man had done that to Cinderella, or what's them Snow White, them bitches, like a bitch dressed up like that, look, they would have found that man and dug his ass up. Okay, so real quick, I really had to do this. So for those of you on my Patreon, you'll see the whole video where strangely enough, you know, for logically thinking people, this exact same author wrote another article where she did find a guy who did relatively the same shit and completely dogged his ass out. He's a threat to society. She dug up everything about his past. It's funny how that works out, isn't it? and he would have had to shut off all his social media, and they would have dogged. Okay, again, let's watch this again. But in your mind, imagine that this is a guy doing this to a woman, and all her exact same actions. Imagine what the severity of that. And then with that being said, after you watch it like that. And that sense of anger and shock when you really get there, when you really imagine it being the other way around, remember that. Don't get mad about it. Don't stay mad about it. Because it's worth getting mad about, but don't stay mad about it. You see what I'm saying? But remember that shit. Remember that. Remember that when it's some bitch talking wild and you know what I'm saying, and you kind of want to fuck her for real, but she's talking wild and you feel the urge to like put up with just a little bit more of her dumb shit, even though she's talking crazy and you know is saying some fucked up shit. Like you see, these are times you just remember. Don't be mad about it. Cause see, men, we are the bigger human. We have to see men. It's our duty to know what's going on and accept it, know what it is, accept it, and then move on. See, bitches can they brains very rarely grow to that level. All right, see, it's our job to do that.